If you'd like to hear the full episode or any of the scenario archives, be sure to subscribe and click the link in our bio. Also, like and follow the Scenario Radio Show on all of our social media platforms for more real talk with the playlist. Peace.
So as you hear, the gang's out here for the second half of the Scenario Radio Show. Our guests, Shawn Whitsell, Toya Haynes, two of our favorite people to have are on. Yes. They've been chatting it up with us as well. We've been talking about a little bit of everything so far. We heard about what their summers have been like and what they've got going. We've got the after show, after party, which is going to be jumping off with Toya. Now, I'm looking forward to hearing that. Okay, let me just briefly. I'm not gonna complain because Shawn's here and he's a really big Mary J. Blige fan.
I know where this is going.
Mary J. dance right now.
I know where this is going too.
But I gotta say, Toya, because Toya is somebody. This is what she does for a living. She talks about this stuff. How did you feel about the Mary J. Blige My Life documentary?
I really enjoyed it. Okay. And the reason I really enjoyed it was I felt like it gave a voice to the people that were involved with making the record, and it gave us more of an insight of why that record was so heavy. Like it wasn't just Mary, that was involved with it. Was Big Bub, late Chucky Thompson, stuff that was going on with Puffy in their personal relationships. And so I feel like that gave us an insight to just that era and that album and what was happening during that time. And I really enjoyed that aspect of it because I just felt like that was something that we hadn't heard. Mary J. Blige that My Life is known, I think mostly amongst maybe Black women, but to know that there's some insight of some brothers that were going through some stuff, behind the boards and everything. I thought that was really interesting. And I like that perspective.
Okay. All right.
What did you think, Van? Because I feel like you felt away and you were hoping that my music snobbery.
He posted about it on Facebook.
I posted about it right after I watched it. And the thing was, I watched it and I was excited about it. My Life is my favorite Mary J. Blige album. I love that album. And I was excited to hear what they were going to say about it. And the longer it went on, the more upset I got.
Yes.
And I was like, they're not actually talking about this album. I mean, they talked about, they were there. There were people who were involved with the album that talked about, I felt sad. And I sympathize with everybody's situation. And I even want to hear how that translated into the music. That's great. But they did not talk about creating that album.
You're right.
And it's one thing if you're not going to talk about creating the album at all, but if you're going to keep talking about the emotional trials that you're going through, you need to at least give some detail to that, one or the other. But they didn't give details about anything. Not to mention that they spent at least a solid 30 minutes talking about what's the 411, which had nothing to do with My Life. So what I gather is, what I recognize is that a lot of people connected because people connect with that album emotionally so much, then she acknowledged their emotions by acknowledging hers. And there's a lot of value in that. And I don't want to take anything away from it. I'm just saying, as someone who is excited about hearing what made that album tick, I got nothing.
It was
absolutely nothing.
I understand that.
Like you said, the longer, my wife and I started watching it, and we were excited. It was almost like pancakes. Like when you first get pancakes and you start eating them pancakes is the best things going. And then about halfway through them pancakes, you're like, damn, we still got pancakes? Like, that's how I felt. Like halfway through, I was like, I get it. I know what it's supposed to be, but dang, can we just round this corner? Like I love being taken back, thinking about it, remember.
Yeah, it was like if you were a counselor or a therapist, you would have been like, this woman doesn't want to talk about her problems. She's talking about the fact she's got problems. She's talking about the fact that it hurts, but she's being very evasive. And nobody was being articulate about their problems throughout the whole thing. And again, so that was my issue. It's not that I wanted to hear all them to spill their guts about their problems, but it needs to be one or the other. I need you either
yeah, I
spill
hear
your guts
that.
about the problems, or I need you to go into detail about the album. But if I get neither, then I've just wasted this time. I wasted the time. Again, I'm not saying everybody else shouldn't have watched it, and I'm glad people enjoyed it.
Yeah, I agree. I actually agree. I did enjoy watching it just because I love Mary's story and her journey, and that's my favorite Mary album too. I think there definitely was room for improvement, and like I would have liked to hear them go from song to song and hear her story, like what she was going through, her inspiration for writing it, and then hearing from the producer, like what he was doing, what his inspiration was and what he was trying to capture, or and I would have loved if Faith Evans was a part of that documentary, because she played she was a part of that team that helped create that album as well. So it would have been great to hear from her.
You know what? That's a great perspective. I would have loved to hear from Casey Haley, who was singing on songs about him. About Mary, I hear you loud and clear. Do you hear, Casey? The song is about you. I don't think, how you on the song and don't know? So I hear y'all on that.
Okay. So do watch it, because I haven't seen it yet.
Yo, watch it. Definitely watch it. Yeah, definitely. I'm definitely gonna watch it probably a couple more times now, given what Van and Shawn have said, and because I think I'm definitely gonna watch it with a new perspective.
I mean, you could not watch it, but
Did you watch it?
I did.
And you must have felt similar to
I
what I
felt exactly what y'all said. I said, it ain't tell me nothing. I didn't learn nothing.
Yeah.
I just felt
the album. I don't know.
I just felt I could see them touching the issues with kid gloves and not wanting to relive or not just relive, but probably tell some like real grimy stuff that was going on to protect the not so innocent, So I think that had a good deal to do with it as well.
Yeah, and my thing is, if you don't want to tell it, that's fine. But if you don't want to say, this is what happened to me and this is emotionally how I felt, then you at least somebody needs to say, well, no, this is what made me pick this sample.
Yeah, it needs to be something else. Yep,
something.
I agree.
Yeah. Give me something. They gave me nothing. Okay, all right, we've gone over time here a little bit, so. Yeah, I don't even know whose song pick was. See, y'all got me started. Is it my song pick? I think it's my song pick.
This is the Scenario Radio Show. Real talk with a playlist.
That's the